So good morning and welcome to our Vinyasa flow class for Wednesday. And teacher this morning was talking about finding our sense of belonging. And I think it's really hard to teach yoga at the moment without some kind of greater awareness of the continuing global situation. I don't want to talk too much about that, but we're on our own more than we used to be. And we do need to feel like we belong somewhere to be as happy as we can be, as contented as we can be. And that can be a bit difficult without real humans to bounce off, to laugh with, to hug, and so forth. But that sense of belonging can be cultivated within. So perhaps we have a little thought going on in our minds today of, I belong exactly where I am, and I don't need to be anywhere else, and I don't need the approval of others to belong here. I provide my own base. And maybe it's a lot in one go, but by trying to cultivate this sense of inner belonging, I think we can find a lot more comfort when we don't have those direct signals from other human beings to put ourselves into context. So settling down the eyes now, maybe finding a comfortable seat, relaxed hands, soft shoulders. Simplify everything I just said down to I belong here. And at any time you happen to remember that thought as we move together, just notice how it makes you feel. Taking a couple of deeper breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Feeling the rib cage expand and lift, and the ribs settling back down onto the body. And perhaps we start to feel the shoulders lifting and spreading a little with the inhale. As we exhale, the shoulder blades sliding back down the back. Let's drop the chin to the chest. Just have a little bit of a warm up this morning. So firstly, just as we inhale, unfurling the neck. We're trying to really stack the vertebrae in the neck, one at a time. Chin coming up, a comfortable amount. It's not causing discomfort. The breath's still moving. And we exhale, start the movement from the chin, and we're rolling the neck down. So we're imagining it's coming into a nice spiral. Inhaling, starting from the base of the neck, stacking the vertebrae, lifting the chin, exhaling, rolling down. And this time, try to keep the lower back upright as we roll into the upper and mid back. Coming into our snail pose, inhaling. And again, really try to stack the vertebrae sequentially as we come back to our upright position. See, I've got my hands on my body. That's helping me keep my core stable, helping me know where I am in space. And the other hand on the back of the head, supporting this movement. Exhaling, rolling the chin down. Really trying to keep the sacrum upright and get into the upper and mid back here. One more of these. Chin coming up, lovely happy neck. Exhaling, rolling into our little ball. Let's place the palms on the knees, roll the shoulders back on our next inhale. Seated cat-cow, opening up the chest. Exhaling, rolling in, and now we're letting the hips move, we're letting the lower back lengthen. And let's start to get a little bit of tempo here as well. So we'll just start to move a little bit quicker. There's a little bit more intention and strength here as we're moving. Now, if it feels like something that might be nice to do, as next time we inhale, let's come around to the right. Inhale across, And exhale back. So we're doing our grinding under the tailbone, grinding peppercorns. Exhaling back, and once more going to your right, inhaling forwards. Try to open the heart as we come forwards. Exhale, empty the air from the belly, and let's reverse. Inhaling forwards. Check in with the shoulders. Let the shoulders be as eased as possible, as easeful. Feeling the spine moving above the hips. Nice. Next time you come back to center, let's gently, again, roll the shoulders back and come to a neutral position. And we're going to get into the shoulders a fair bit today. So we'll start with some of these little elbow circles. The fingertips are gently resting on the shoulders. This could be deep and slow with the breath, or we could get a bit of speed going on as suits you whenever it is you're watching this video. And coming the other way. And then finally, we'll take this more like a front crawl, and we're letting the spine move now. Maybe even move the head with it, make it very side to side. And let's, again, take it back. You're not going to get so much movement here. Gaze is up. Make sure that tummy stays switched on. And then let it go. Inhale the hands up, and we'll come to twist to the right. Exhaling, left hand coming across to the right knee. Reset the shoulders. Reach tall through the crown of the head on the inhale. Exhale, draw the belly button in towards the spine and use the contraction of the abdominal muscles to deepen the twist. Inhale to center. We're exhaling to the left, down into our twist on the other side again. Plant the shoulders, inhale the height, exhale, engage core, deepen. Let's go one more each side. So again, we'll inhale to the center, get nice and tall, and we're exhaling, rotating around, inhaling for height, and maybe this time exhaling. There's that little bit more depth, and the gaze is coming towards or over the back shoulder. Inhale up to the center. Exhale. Inhale for that height. Exhale, engaging the core. Inhale back to the middle. Now, this time as we inhale, we're going to open the chest. We're leaning forwards. We're squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back. And as we exhale, we're bringing the backs of the hands together. So again, this deep curl. Inhale, swim through, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, backs of the hands together. Again, this is our swimming-based movements. And of course, the shoulders all very involved in swimming. Once more, inhale, forwards. This time, exhale, drop the hands to the mat. Get rid of the prop if you happen to have one there. And we'll come into our free, our playful movement here. We're trying to get our left and right, our rotational and our forwards and back movement through each and every vertebrae. So imagine little waves that move up and down, left and right, and round the spine. I invite you to see how dropping one elbow and then the other feels, and play with that. What happens if you engage one or the other hand? If you put pressure through the toes to support it. And then let's move the knees back just a little bit, and we'll see what little dips with the elbows feel like. So this is like a very baby chaturanga, but it's also our transfer from our high plank to our dolphin, which we're going to come to a bit later, or we're going to have a look at. So again, as always, those toes are tucked and they're pushing. So you're really feeling that forward action from the toes, and that should switch on the whole leg and the inner core. So let's go with that forwards action, and we're just going to come a little bit down. So knees are still down. We're really making sure we're hugging the elbows in. The biceps are facing forwards towards the index finger. Tummy's really engaged. Exhale, send the bum towards the heels. Draw the chin to the chest, lengthening the back of the neck. And then as we inhale, pushing from the toes, keep the elbows in, come forwards. Maybe you come a bit further forwards if the body's ready. Exhale it back. And the thing is, if you're not able to take a really nice straight, let's just keep this flowing, chaturanga. Or if you're struggling with developing the upper body strength for your arm balances, this is the sort of thing you want to be doing. And you can keep going, keep it at a nice flowy pace. Something you can be doing to help with this building of strength in the chaturanga is you can be doing it at an angle as well. So when you're around the house, you maybe see the arm of the sofa or you see the side of the bathtub. And this is a lot less strength. So you can be taking some nice straight chaturangas on a prop. Well, that's something for your own time. Let's come back to child's pose and take a short rest. Really nice work there. What we want to be able to do is develop the form to hold the core in and hold the elbows in when we're putting weight into the hands. So some more shoulder warm-ups. Let's come to a kneeling position. You could be kneeling on the heels. You might put a block under the bum if that's not very comfy. And yeah, okay, we're just going to go with placing down the right hand there and lifting just a little bit here. So it's quite a big side opening. Keep the feet in place. And we're just trying to stack the hands above each other. So 4 or 5 of these. Seeing how that feels. And then we'll come over to the other side because it's quite a restricted range of movement here. I think you can really feel it in the transverse abs. Bum comes up. We're really squeezing here in the side. Nice. And then we're just going to do these little reach and grabs. So reaching up, grabbing and pulling it down. Reaching up, grabbing and pulling it down. And get a bit of speed going on here. So just move, getting the shoulder blades really mobile on the back of the body. Reaching up, stealing fruit. Okay, let that go. Couple of neck circles here, dragging the chin across. And then let's come up to the feet. We're going to carry on with our warm-up standing. So one of the best ways to develop mobility in a joint is like dynamic stretching. So that's where we get a bit of tempo going. We come to the end range of movement, but we don't bounce, so it's quite controlled. And in the shoulders, well, what we're going to do is we're basically going to wrap the shoulders and then clap behind the back. So it's one hand over, clap behind the back, and then the other, clap behind the back. You may find your body wants to do this a little bit. Try to keep the spine pretty neutral. Don't worry about how far around the hands come, but you'll see that we're basically stretching the rhomboids when we come forward, squeezing them together when we go back. And of course, you can make this a bit faster. We're going to go for sort of 30, 40 repetitions here. This is really, really good for getting the shoulders mobile, juiced up. Let's just do half a dozen more of these. And then we'll come to our arm swings. So couldn't get more simple than this. But again, it's keeping the core switched on. It's not letting the spine move back and forth too much. So we're drawing the heels together so that the whole leg is zipped up and switched on. And the tailbone is just tucking slightly under. So even when we're doing this very simple movement with the arms, we're thinking about how we can develop these strong roots, this active core. Come the other way. If you're finding there's a bit of a crunch, just slow it down for the next 3 or 4 and see if that will ease it off. And then the old trick move, can you do them in opposite directions at the same time? Always good for a laugh. Yeah, start with one up and one down and then move the hands towards each other. And then you can usually get it. That's it. Lovely. And the other way. A bit ropey on there. I've obviously been neglecting my my arm swings. Let's let that go, and yeah, we'll come back to a lunge. Let's inhale the right knee up. Oh, I should be mirroring you. Let's inhale the right knee up. Give the foot a little shake. See how we're doing there. Really try to imagine that we're lifting the knee and not the foot, and hopefully it's coming from the tummy here. Raise the gaze, have it nice and control. Let's step it back for a lunge, slowly as we can. So, in our high lunge here, and as ever, I'd encourage you to just make sure you can keep the sacrum upright, the hips are pretty square, and the shin is pretty upright, and prioritize all those cues over depth. And again, we're going to kind of come for this swimming stuff. So we're going to inhale forwards, extend the back heel away, weight comes over the front foot, crown of head long. Exhale, we're going to draw it in like a little ball, moving the weight to the back thighs. Inhale forwards, exhale, draw it in. Inhale forwards, exhale, draw it in. Inhale forwards, exhale. Last one, inhale forwards. This time, let's get the hands above the head, reset. Exhale, knee dip. Inhale, extend the back heel away to raise. Exhale. Inhale, back heel away. Exhale, two more. Inhale the back heel away. Exhale, last one. Inhale to lift. Exhale, hover it, and then let's put the back knee down, get the fingertips on the floor, and we'll step the knees together, taking a longer stance now. Actually roll the pelvis under, the tummy's engaged, and we're just taking these big circles here. So actually hands can be a bit wider apart as well. And we're circling around, so bum back to the right, over to the left, forwards, moving across the hands. So this is circular motion. I'll show you it from the front as well. So coming forwards and across. Keep the arms pretty straight. And we can roll the bum across. Let's come the other way. Nice. When you think you've evened it up, let's come back to the child's pose. Settle the breath down. And then we'll come back to all fours and lift up. Let's lift up and find our first downward dog. Just pedaling out through the heels. You see, as I lift each heel in turn, I'm actually getting a little twist through the hips. I'm lifting the whole hip and turning the body. So just stretching out that lower back. Really nice. Now, you're going to bend the knees, bringing the bum down towards the heels, and then inhale, lifting back up. Exhaling down into this deep crouch. Inhaling back up. Once more. Exhale, deep crouch. Inhale. Bring the legs back towards straight, and then it's little steps to the front of them. Loads of little steps. You can maybe lift one hip and the other again. Maybe bending the knees here. And eventually the feet will come towards the hands, and we're taking a nice soft forwards fold. So we can lay the body out onto the thighs, and then the body is really nice and soft. Just sort of hanging here, let the head go. If you want, you can take hold of opposite elbows. Maybe have a little sway. See how that feels. Maybe there's a forwards and back. And now maybe the spine's lengthened a little bit. So maybe we inhale, lift the body off the thighs and see if it might be put down just an inch or two further along the thighs. And maybe that might help the head to get heavier and the heel to extend away from the hip socket just a little bit. Brilliant. If you've got the elbows, let go of them, bring fingertips to floors. Bend the knees deeply, weight back above the heels, and as you inhale, you're nicely rolling up, restacking the spine. Hands coming up above the head, and we're going straight to the other side. So we're lifting up the left knee now. Again, you're giving it a little bit of a wiggle. Checking it's feeling nice and relaxed. And then slow motion, curling it in. And we're stepping back to find our lunge on the other side. Okay, so again, so a nice square lunge. And we're inhaling it forwards. Exhaling it back, open. Inhaling, weight forwards. Don't forget to push off the back foot. Exhale, back and open. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. 3 more. Inhale it forward. Weight in the front foot. Exhale, open it up. Inhale, forwards. Exhale. And the last one. Diving forwards. Exhaling. Inhaling, hands up above the head. And now it's knee dips. Exhale, knee down. Inhale, send that back heel away. Open the leg. Inhaling up, 3 more. Exhale it down. Inhale it up. Exhale down. Inhale up, last one. Exhale that knee down and hover it, hover it, hover it, and relax it. Fingers down, knees back. Let's just walk those knees back, and we're going to come down through our half chaturanga. So bringing those elbows in, all the way to the floor. Untuck the toes. And it's just a baby cobra we're going to have here. So we're going to inhale. The hips are pushing into the floor. Tops of the toes pushing into the floor, opening the heart. Maybe the fingers float. Exhale it down. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale down. Move the hands back so they're more in line with the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale. Index fingers forwards, elbows back. Bigger cobra. Find your depth with this. As we exhale, we're dragging the hands back to lengthen the spine as we lay it down. Lovely. We're going to come up to our plank. So that could be with the knees or without the knees. So plank either on the knees or not. And we're going to have a go at this. So we're going to come down into our forearm plank. One elbow, other elbow, and then back up. And I'm going to call the hands so we get it. So it's going to be right arm down, right arm up, left arm up, left arm down, left arm up, right down, right up, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, one more, left, right, left, right. Nice. Now, drop the hips over towards one side or the other. Gone left. Inhale to the center, exhale. Rolling the hips over to the other side. Inhale to the center, we're rolling onto the sides of the foot. Inhale to center, to the other side, dropping that hip, gauging through the core. One more each side. Exhale over. Inhale, lift to the center. Exhale it over. Inhale to the center. Drop the knees, send the bum back. 3 breaths, child's pose. Happy here. And then we'll gently lift ourselves up and find our downward dog. Again, pedal it out through the heels. Just going to have a sip of water. Just stay there in your dog, finding a little bit of nice movement. And then finding stillness, set the shoulders, inhale the right leg back behind you, reaching as far away as it can. We'll take some ankle rotations here. See how the weight is spread between the hands and see if you can even it out at all. That might mean you push a bit harder through the left hand. Exhale, knee under the nose, coming forward to knee to the nose. Inhale the right leg back up. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale it up. And across the body now. Right knee, left tricep. Inhale it up. Exhale, plant the foot back down. And we're going to take those little steps up to the front again. Exhale, hold. Inhale to come up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Down to the sides. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, half lift. And step straight back to our high plank. So again, unless you're very confident, let's drop the knees here. Inhale, we're just going to exhale, see if we can come down, come up. So coming towards this forearm plank shape here. Maybe you're ready. Just come to the full version. Maybe stick with one hand. Where we're sticking with the knees. We're just getting that elbows folding. Next time you come towards the ground, lay the body out on the ground. Again, untuck the toes. And we'll lift into this baby cobra. Try and float the hands. And maybe you can lift a little higher. You can bring the hands behind you. Clasp the hands together. And maybe you can use the drawing back to open the chest a bit more. Lower it down. Set the hands by the rib cage, and we're coming back either through a push-up or child's pose to our downward dog. Take a couple of breaths. When you're ready, we'll inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to the nose, under the body. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale it back. Exhale, left knee to the right tricep. Inhale the leg high. Put it down, and now we're going to come towards our dolphin. So we've got a few options here. We might be dropping the knees and just coming to find it like this. Maybe the knees come up off the ground. Maybe the legs come towards straight. Also, we could start from our downward dog and using what we've just been working on, wrap the shoulder blades around the body and lower the elbows to come straight into our dolphin. So the elbows coming in. And now on the knees or not, we're going to come to our dolphin push-ups. So inhaling the nose towards the thumbs, exhaling forehead between the elbows. Inhaling forwards, exhaling back. Keep going. If it's too tough, absolutely just drop the knees. You get in a movement of the shoulders. Really important to keep the elbows squeezing in. Have 3 more. And your last one. Inhale it forwards. Exhale, drop the knees if they're not lifted, and let's come up to tabletop and just wiggle it out. Wiggle it out. Maybe a few cat cows just to extend the shoulder blades away. And open it up. And a few wiggles left and right. Get one more stretch in for these shoulders. So still in our tabletop, toes touch, thread the needle. So we're going to inhale, right hand up. Exhale, under the body, coming down to the shoulder, the side of the head. Check that the side of the head is really comfy. And maybe right hand inhales up. Maybe the back of the hand to the lower back, or wrapping around. Energy through the left toes, and maybe right leg can go back. Maybe on an inhale, we can lift the leg. If the leg's lifted, gently bring it back down and reverse the steps. We're bringing the knee back in. Inhaling the hand up. Exhaling it down in front of the face. Inhale, opening back out. Exhaling, hand to the mat, and we're ready to go on the other side. Inhale, left hand up. Exhaling it under. And again, we'll go through the stages. So we could lift that right hand up. Exhale to wrap it around. Inhale, the leg could go back. Exhale, get ready. And finally, maybe we can lift that leg. And maybe we have a little fall over and a roll around. And that's quite fun. Gently lower the leg back down. Inhale the knee in. Lift the right hand. Place it back in front of the face. Inhale, twist open. And we come back to our table. From the tabletop, let's lift the hips back, finding a downward dog. And then we're going to inhale the right leg up, away, heel reaching back behind us. Exhale, step that foot through. And we're going to come to a warrior one base. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the left foot in a bit, and we're going to turn out the toes. So it's as if it was at sort of 10 or 11 o'clock. And we're going to inhale up. So it's a short stance, usually warrior one, unless you're incredibly used to it and bendy. So check if you might need to move one foot out a little bit. And this hip's going to want to come back. See if we can energize through the back of the back foot and squeeze the glute to bring that left hip forwards. Roll the pelvis under. Right hip's drawing back. Inhale, add the arms. Nice. See if you can, again, roll that pelvis under more so the tummy's not coming forwards. And exhale. We're going to get the hands meeting behind the back. Index fingers pointing away. Inhale, open up the chest. Now as you exhale, we're going to humble the warrior. So we're going to come forwards, see how that feels. Check the hips aren't swinging out to the side, and then maybe the shoulder comes towards or inside the front knee. Head heavy, arms reaching for the sky. Maybe you want to walk the front foot forwards a bit. Again, the thing to look out for is the right hip flying out to the side. Try to draw the hips in line. So the general direction of travel is still forwards. Keep the breath going. And on an exhale, let's release the hands inside the right foot. Drop the back knee, come into a lizard lunge. Right leg forwards, left toes tucked. See how this is feeling. Maybe you have a little wiggle around. And then maybe we're going to bring the right hand inside the right leg. So it's really resting on the inner edge rather than on top. Leaning into the left hand, drawing the flesh of the thigh away from the hips. So the fingers are spread out. The middle finger's in the middle of the thigh. And we're moving the hand away. So we're really trying to drag the leg out of the socket. And this should feel pretty yummy. Totally options to modify by being on the elbow or even being on a block here. So it should really feel like quite a nice stretch. And now we're going to add on from here, if it's available, by taking hold of the back foot. So again, strong here, this right knee's going out. We'd pick up the toes, inhale the right hand up and back towards that left foot, taking hold of the outside of the foot, if we can find it. Return the gaze to the front and use the kick of the foot into the hand to open the shoulder. So we're really drawing the shoulder away, opening the heart. If the knee's sore, pad the knee, but also try to be on the front of the thigh rather than on the kneecap. That's really the trick to it. One more breath. Kick that foot into the hand. Draw the tummy in. Draw the navel towards the spine. Exhale, gently release the foot. Hands back to the front. And a brief dalliance. Gently, gently, gently. Is coming towards our half split. So very gently, because the foot's turned out to an angle. Can feel a bit funny. We might just come this far. No need to be heroic with this. Ease into it. Check with the back of the neck. Maybe send the crown of the head towards the fingertips. Exhale, come back forwards. Send that foot to the back. Child pose, and then inhaling straight forwards to plank. Exhaling chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and send it back. Downward dog. So our last side now. Inhale the left leg back and away. Exhale, stepping that left foot forwards, and we're setting up for our warrior one on the other side. So the back foot comes forwards a little and turns out a little. Not too long a stance. Inhale. So it's a bit short, but the thing is to be able to squeeze that hip around and tuck the pelvis under. So belly's coming up. We're rising up. This is meant to be a warrior. He's meant to be ready to dive forwards and kick some ass. It's a nice, strong, spring-loaded pose. Glute here is really working. Add the arms. Inhale it up. You see my ribs have popped out, so we try to draw the ribs in. The whole core is in and strong. Exhale, hands behind. Strange feeling finger on top. It's this Shiva mudra, this temple mudra. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, dive it forwards. And again, just like in our Ardha Uttanasana, we don't want to necessarily go into the snail shape. So try to have a long spine, then get the shoulder inside or onto the knee, and then let the head go. And breathe. And watch out The hips flying to the side. Try to draw them in as we use the muscles in the tummy. Keep and pushing into the back of the back foot. Keep the direction of travel forward. And then let the head really go. Lift the arms. Next exhale, let's find the hands inside that foot. Drop in the back knee, moving it away. And we've got our lizard lunge on the other side. Again, we could be really up high on the fingertips here, easing ourselves into this pose, finding length through the front of the right thigh. And we're going to plant that right hand down, left hand inside. And again, we're drawing that away. It's really therapeutic feeling. You should be able to feel, there's so many muscles around there. We're stretching them out and away. They're all like layered on top of each other and wound around each other. So we're just letting the hip know that it's actually okay for the leg to move away from the hip socket. Try to keep the chest open. So draw up the head. Nice. See if we push off those back toes. If we get a bit more length through the thighs, we can lift up and away, a bit more of a back bend. When you're ready, if you're going for it, come out of the pose a little bit. Pick up those back toes. And again, if you watch my hand, it's this big circling open, and that really helps us to move the shoulder back, brings the foot a lot closer. And then as we exhale, kicking the foot in, and we're really thinking about opening this shoulder. So we're thinking about this left shoulder going back as we come into a small back bend. There's a lot to think about. I'm just trying to explain like the target of doing this and where our attention should be. So again, make sure the tummy's drawing in, top of the thighs pushing into the ground. Strong through the right hand and the left foot. And maybe you can open it up a little more. Brilliant. When you're ready, gently let go of the foot. Reset the hands. Knees back in line. Little cat-cow. And we're going to come once more to our dolphin. So just walk the hands forward a little bit. Drop the elbows down. I want those elbows squeezing in. If you had a block, you could maybe bring a block between the elbows or L-shaped between the hands. So you can really get that feeling of drawing in, engaging the pecs. And then if you're ready, we can lift up again for our dolphin. The face, the eye line is sort of between halfway up the arms. And then maybe we can put in the leg here. Inhaling the right leg up. If that feels good, we're up for it. Maybe there's a little hop here. So please be careful here, especially if there's anything in front of you. A few little hops, see if you can control the descent, and then reset the right leg. Inhale, left leg up, nice and long. And again, maybe there's just these little hops coming towards our pincher, our forearm stand. And let that go. Let the knees come down. I'm going to put this on the tape for your reference so you can pause it on a playback. We can bring this over to the wall really nice and easily. Exactly the same. Setting up with the block like this is really handy. Draw the elbows in. And again, we can lift, find the wall, and then we're drawing the tummy in, and sending the legs. When you're ready, Find the wall. Gently, 1 down, 2 down, knees, and child's pose. So yeah, you can just pause that, have another look at it. We'll come back to it in a couple of weeks. So that's probably enough jumping about for Wednesday morning. Well, maybe we've got a little bit more hop in us. So you know where we're going. We're going to come for some little pro play. So a nice, soft, bouncy, heels up, Malasana. Have a little hop about. And then when you're really thinking soft here, you want to think like, like an old musician uses like no effort to do anything. So the hands are just sort of resting on the mat. And you're like, oh yeah, I'm up in my pro. Oh. And the shins are just coming onto the elbows. And see how much play you can find here. So that the hops really might only be 1 inch or 2. But every time we lift up, we're teaching the body how to balance at strange angles. If you want all sorts of play, but it's all got to come from the core. So come around in a little circle, all the way around, and back the other way. And again, think about how you wouldn't have even thought about this when you were a kid. It would have been completely natural. And it just bounced about. And I like to think we can still recapture a little bit of that. Okay. Just draw the heels together. And we'll come for a squat on the toes. Fix the drishti, find something to stare at. And as you breathe, maybe the weight moves more over the heels. If you fall out, just go with it. And then we're going to come down to sit, draw the knees together. Maybe we come down. Maybe we can lift the legs through. Going to take a nice restorative forward fold. So bend the knees. Heels are there, just like in our standing one. Nice and tall. Flop it onto the legs. And once we've flopped, we're gently moving the heels forward. We're trying to be really honest. Keep the body heavy. We feel we're lifting up, walking the knees back, replanting the body. Because often what's stopping us getting lower is stuff panicking and tightening up. So we're really just trying to get our body going, oh yeah, this is chill. This is so easy. And that means you have to come back and find the points where it's actually easy, sit in it, and then the muscles go, oh yeah, okay. And they relax a little bit. So really trying to be heavy on the legs. Maybe when you feel like, okay, I'm not really going to go any further today, we can soften the head. And maybe the head can rest on the legs as well. This forward fold, I think, there's a bigger hamstring stretch with the straight legs. But for finishing a practice, I think this is just, you're just sort of with yourself. That's that feeling of belonging, I'm comfy on myself, in myself, settling here and finding my own ways to relax. Breathing between the shoulders. And then next time you inhale, with a very heavy head, we'll inhale and we'll unroll up the spine. Exhale, fingertips behind us. Plant the feet. We'll come for reverse tabletop. Counter pose for that. Couple of breaths here. If the head loves it, the head can go back. If it doesn't like it so much, head can stay up. Exhale, bum to the heels. Lay the spine down. Quick back bend of your choice or Q bridge. Take the back bend that you need. Flatten the spine. Hands down. Inhale, send the hips up, lengthening. Maximum length between knee and shoulder. Glutes engaged. Control the ribs. Maybe the hands reach up to the sky. Exhale. Maybe the elbows come down beside the body and you can lever yourself up a little bit more. Keep sending the toes away to keep the whole leg switched on. Any discomfort in the lower spine, you come back a little bit, reset, engage more in the core. Couple more breaths. Keep the knees coming in. Imagine you're squeezing a block between the thighs. And then when you're ready, like our sheet of fresh pasta dough, we're exhaling with gently, aggressively laying the spine down with maximum love and respect. Nice. So the spine is down. Rocking the hips from side to side, our windscreen wiper, or taking a supine twist as you prefer. So either actively rolling or static in our twist. Either way, we're coming to the end of our practice now, so make it soft, whichever option you choose. If you've been twisting to the right, just bring the hips and the knees over to the left. And then, whether we're rolling or whether we're twisting, let's reset the pelvis and we'll come to rest together for these last 2 or 3 minutes. So the soles of the feet might be down, the knees might be on a pillow, or we might be extending the body long. If you have something to cover the eyes, maybe you cover the eyes to reduce distraction. Whatever position you've chosen, just letting the body go now and letting the desire to achieve anything go. Think about how you belong in this moment. You are an amazing part of the universe, as is every other thing. We can't not belong because we are all part of the same impossibly enormous and complicated thing. Wherever we are in the right place and we're doing our best. Your next inhale, make it a really, really big, yummy one. And as you exhale, send it out through the mouth. Wow. See if you can feel even floppier. And we'll do it one more time. Inhale. Maybe you tense all the limbs, stretch fingers and toes away, and then flop. The art of instant relaxation. See if the corners of the mouth might float towards the ears. Acknowledging that you're totally awesome for being here this morning or whenever it is that you're watching this video. And then sending movement to fingertips and toes. Maybe we're rotating ankles and wrists. Maybe the head rolls left and right. And finally, we might take a beautifully long stretch, stretching everything out as if we're awakening from deep and blissful sleep. And then rolling onto one side and making our way to sit together at the top of our mat. Keep the eyes closed for Just a few moments more if that's comfortable for you. Just acknowledge any feelings that have arisen from the practice. If they're good feelings, try to resolve to hang on to them. If they're bad feelings, well, then maybe try not to hang on to them so much. Practice can bring up some strong emotions, and if that's the case, that's okay. Let's inhale our arms up above and let the hands meet in prayer above the head. Exhaling our prayer through the forehead, the lips, to the heart center, bowing the head, keeping the spine tall. Big thanks and gratitude to yourself, to the practice. Namaste. Well, thanks very much. And don't forget to hit subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. And I'll see you all really soon.